everybody.
Hey, what's going on, guys?
I am Janae Strother.
I'm Sean Spencer.
Back.
We are back.
We are back, ladies and gentlemen.
I gotta go out and hold up.
Come on. The line. The line. New man looks in so fine. Kirk Cousins.
All right. I am Janae Strother.
I am Sean Spencer.
And this is Let's Talk Football.
What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? It's your boy back again, Sean Spencer, one half of that dynamic duo that is Let's Talk Football. And ladies and gentlemen, championship week, Let's Talk Fantasy Football is here for you. You see who's on the screen. We had to bring him in. I'm just going to keep you in here, man. But look, before I talk about my man, John Lenny, you know who I'm with. My guy, one half of the team that's helped me to get to the championship. Thank you, guys. My guy, Sidney Swinton, man. What up, Sid?
What's going on, man? What's going on?
Oh, we all good. Yeah. And you see the other half of my counsel to get me to the championship, Mr. David Wright. What up, Dave?
What up? Feeling good today.
Oh yeah. I'm sure you are. And my guy, I appreciate this, man. I've gone back and forth with you many a time talking some football. Yet you graced us with your presence on this show. And we're going to talk about you. John Lenny. John, what's up, buddy? Happy New Year, man.
Yeah, you as well, man.
Yo, glad you can join the show. Hey, and ladies and gentlemen, Happy New Year to you. Hope you had a great New Year. Hope 2021 was great. 2022 is here. Let's go. Let's make it happen and see what we can do. And Cowboys need to lose. Going on. Yes, we are here. Let's talk fantasy football. We've been with you all year long, and this is the season finale, ladies and gentlemen. We are in the championship games. Well, some of us are still in the championship games. Some of the rest of us are no longer in it. But you got there. You got there. Without further ado, I'm going to go right into it. Dave, I'm coming to you. You and another friend, Mr. John Lenny, were in a championship game. Would you like to discuss this?
Everybody in this league, including myself, definitely expected John to run away with this one. He's had a solid team all year. He had a couple of heartbreaking losses, and my team definitely limped into the playoffs. I definitely had a couple lucky matchups there at the end of the year. One of them to secure the first round bye. My team was scoring, right around 100 points a week, and it was not looking good for me. And John had a big week last week, so I think we all expected this one to go the other direction. I had lost CEH and Darrell Henderson Jr. going into this week. So I'm going into the championship round without my 1 and 2 running backs. And then fate hit John. Kirk Cousins went on the COVID list, and I believe he lost somebody else as well. I mean, he ended up starting DJ Moore, Devontae Parker. But what really got John was his Tampa Bay Bucks.
Yeah.
Ronald Jones, when did he get hurt?
Yeah, he got hurt in the second quarter.
Yeah.
Second quarter.
3.7.
And I think everybody not living off the grid saw what happened with AB. I do have to thank John because I think it was two weeks ago. For the last couple weeks, John had waiver priority over me, and when I tried to go pick up AB, John snagged him, and that ended up being a trap.
Well,
but DOG taking over in Jacksonville was able to put up just enough for me. I mean, nobody on my squad really knocked it out, but I got steady double digits from everybody. Darrell Williams. Darrell Williams was a big lift. And I was really worried that Frank Gore was going to steal a lot of those touches, but I didn't have any other options. I mean, like I said, I'm starting an unproven waiver claim as my in the championship game. So I was definitely nervous coming in. John.
I choked, man.
Go ahead.
Just say it. I choked.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm not calling it a choke job. To be honest, I don't think anybody on this screen right now would have sat Ronald Jones or AB for the guys you have on your bench. You know, you had some decisions to make. Like we said, you had a deep, solid roster, and the flip side of that coin is when you're so deep, you got to make decisions. And I mean, I didn't have any option with my starters.
Yeah. Well, I mean, except Boston Scott, but that was really it.
Yeah. Hey, and ladies and gentlemen, shout out to Mr. Sidney Swinton and Mr. David Wright, who definitely mentioned Boston Scott a couple weeks back. I brought him in, and he didn't do anything that week. But since then, he has been balling out, man, and it showed this game.
I did pick up Boston Scott in this one, and I couldn't bring myself to put him in because a couple weeks before Sean picked him up, I picked him up because I believe it was Henderson Jr. Was ruled out right before the game started, and Sid, who's up earlier than me on Sundays, went and snagged Sony Michel, and I was left with Boston Scott. He put up a 0 for me. He put up a 0 for Sean. So I couldn't risk it yesterday, but he balled out.
Yeah. Now, look, might that have a little something to do with you being a Dallas fan and me being a Washington fan, and it's just not working? I mean,
the Eagles player just didn't do it for you.
He just couldn't. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But look, John. So to his point, you know, he was pretty desperate. He had the guys he had here, but like you mentioned, your bench, man, Braxton Berrios, JP, Jaret Patterson, and Zay Jones. You talked about all three of them all day yesterday in the group chat, man. How you feeling, man?
I'm not too disappointed. I mean, like David said, the downside to having a deep bench is that, I mean, you have to make these tough decisions. And I mean, one of the reasons why I'm not too disappointed is because I felt like I put my best players out there. I mean, who I'm trying to think of people who would think, you know, all three Tampa Bay Buccaneers players are just going to crap the bed against the Jets. And then
I get the Jets too. That's the bad part.
Right. Against the Jets.
It's such a good matchup.
Yeah, I mean, but then again, I should have seen that coming with me beating Delilah because Stafford also had a dream matchup, but he busted too. So,
very true.
Another thing that we didn't talk about, and honestly, I was shocked to see this, but I did not want to start Russell Wilson because it was raining in Seattle. I mean, that was the same logic that I used when Brandon Cooks busted when he played in Tennessee because it was raining there. But Russ threw for 4 touchdowns. I mean, Lance still did pretty good with all the circumstances considered, but Swift was also a shocker for me because he practiced fully every day last week. So I'm thinking, okay, he's not going to have any restrictions. And even if he's in a committee with Josh Reynolds out, who are the Lions going to throw to? And apparently this no-name guy that I had no idea about named Hodge had like 6 catches for like 50 or 70 yards. Ooh, wow, so, yeah. I mean, that, and you know, it's ironic because running back was the position I didn't think I had an issue with. And it ended up being like my worst enemy against David for some reason.
Yeah, those 2 picks, Rojo and Swift, were just. But I don't know. You were, and ladies and gentlemen, John was going back and forth in the group chat on this. Like, guys, I need to know. And despite despite David not giving him any answers, everybody else was putting in their 2 cents. Swift, Rojo. I started Rojo, and we'll talk about that a little later because he definitely didn't do anything.
And he performed the second worst out of all the options I had. Only Howard performed worse.
Yeah. I started Rojo in a championship and a third place game that I needed to win, and so I felt that pain. I started Swift in a game, so I felt that one too. And I mean, it was the right play. I think Rojo for sure. I mean, injuries you can't oversee; they can't see coming. So that one's just bad luck. I never really thought I would start a player that was going to retire in the third quarter. And so that one's kind of tough.
Mid-drive.
If anybody predicted that, kudos to them. But
right, where was that in the parlay card, man?
Yeah, I didn't have that one in mind.
What were the odds on that, man? I want to get those odds, man.
Right. Tampa Bay +3, Tom Brady over 300 yards. Antonio Brown retires in the third quarter.
Yeah.
But hey, David, to your point about me poaching the waiver wire, I needed Antonio Brown to even get to the championship. I only beat Delilah by like 6 points in the last round.
Yeah, he went for what, 25, I think, in this league, 26 because of the boost.
Something like that.
Yeah. And then DeAndre Swift, I agree that I felt that I know a lot of people were saying it's Swift's first game back, so you shouldn't start him because he's not going to get looks. But my thing is the Lions were out of it. They had nothing to play for. So if they were going to limit him, they just weren't going to play him. So in my standpoint and my thought process is if he's active, that he's going to play the whole game. Because why make him active for anything? Like you're not playing for a victory right now. So why even make him active if you're worried about an injury? If he's active, he should be playing. Is how I looked at it. So I thought starting that was
he was their best shot. I mean, let's be honest. He was their best shot running and receiving.
Yeah. And I mean, exactly, Sean. I thought even if he's in a committee with Reynolds and Williams, he should still get some looks with the top Lions wide receivers out that game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Hey, I started him in the Jerry World League. I was very, very surprised. I must sit on that. It's not like they were rushing him back for to try and make the playoffs. If he was coming back, he should have been 100% and ready to go. Otherwise, why would you risk the future of your running back room? It didn't make any sense to me. So I don't know. I don't know what happened there. I do have to tip my cap. She can't be here, but there was a quiet backroom alliance made in the last couple days. In the other league, once Thielen went on IR, KJ Osborne, I picked him up over here, and then in the other league, I messaged somebody who might have been playing Sean to let her know that KJ Osborne was available, and she was actually. And Ash and I actually spent like a solid day throwing ideas back and forth to each other, looking over each other's lineups, trying to help each other win the championship.
Wow. Wow. And just now hearing about this? Wow. Tampering? Did we say tampering?
We're going to put an asterisk by your championship.
Right.
Hey,
I am striking.
It was funny though, because John was in the group chat talking about his quarterback issues, and I don't know if you saw, but I picked up Huntley for absolutely no reason.
Oh. Notice that, yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, so I wanted to touch on this last week's show and completely forgot. But what do you guys see as the etiquette in these situations when we're coming down to it? We're in the championship week. I personally, over in the Jerry world, did not put in any waivers because I was out of the championship game. Now, once waivers go through, then I'll go look and see what's there and might pick something up, because it's not like we were handing out cash prizes for weekly high scores or anything. But for me and myself, I definitely think once you've been eliminated from the championship, stay off waivers until they clear, and then if you want to go pick through what's left, go for it.
Yeah.
What do you guys' thoughts on that?
So it's funny. It actually came up in one of my other leagues where the guy that was at the very bottom of the tournament had Godwin when he was healthy. He had Aaron Rodgers, and he had somebody else that was dominant. And he was like, "Well, I'm done. I don't care." And he just dropped them all. And I wasn't necessarily in it, but you know, I was like, so I'm just scrolling through, like, oh, what? These guys are available, so I picked them up. Well, we had a little kind of group chat the way we did, and I mean, I wasn't even in the playoffs, but everybody else like, oh, so that's what we're doing now. We're just dropping people. So if it's and that's a money league. So if it's a money league, no, you don't play. I mean, again, I wasn't in it. He wasn't in it. It didn't really matter. But at the same time, there is an etiquette. I think you're absolutely right. You can't just say, all right, I'm gonna drop these guys, and then all of a sudden this guy picks them up. Nah.
Yeah,
so what do you
think? I was in my family league. We did a $10 a team, so it was money. It wasn't a lot of money, but it was money. And then my brother was out of it, my little brother, and he got mad because he was like 2-7, so like he was over, and he dropped his whole team. So he dropped Aaron Rodgers, Cordero Patterson, and I like went off on him, and I'm like, "What are you doing? Like it's unfair for everybody else involved because he didn't drop one player for everybody to go get. It's not like it was a fair thing. Somebody got both his running backs like on the same team. One person got Aaron Rodgers, and so it was like it was just so I had to give everybody their money back at that time because I'm like now it's not fair because like going forward because I'm the one that got Aaron Rodgers and my team was great and I was waiver wiring quarterbacks.
Yeah.
And so I was just like, I needed a quarterback bad. And then Aaron Rodgers pops up and like, I get him for nothing. That's just not fair.
Right.
So
No,
the team is so much better. And so I'm like, I got to give everybody their money back. You just ruin the whole, like it's somebody that does that just ruins the whole league. And to me, if it wasn't for my little brother and I couldn't yell at him and then like invite him back next year. And like, if it was like somebody else, like I'm never playing fantasy with that guy again. Cause I can't trust you. You're gonna ruin the whole season because you threw a hissy fit because you lost. Like,
yeah.
So that's why I do like leagues that pay out highest scorer each week, just because that prevents that. It keeps everybody involved. It avoids the situation where like David got a first round bye strictly because Nick didn't pay attention to his lineup because he was out. Like all that stuff factors in. I mean, I know I'm like just talking because I like to talk crap about David, so I say that a lot. But that is a factor. Like I think it's wrong when people late in the season don't play somebody's best lineup because they're already out. They're not paying attention. It's just it's to me. I mean, in the real NFL, which is what we're all based like, the Lions are still trying to beat everybody. Like they're out, but they're still playing hard.
Guys. Right.
So like, it's not like it's just not cool. It's not like fair. I think. For that to happen. I mean, I've benefited from before, so like it's nice, but it's so much better and more competitive when everybody's engaged the whole time. Now, granted, that's hard to do. Like, it's not paying everybody weekly makes the prize at the end much smaller, but sometimes it's worth it to keep everybody involved and keep the league, I think, more fun and engaged.
No, I like that. Yeah, John, what do you think, man?
Yeah, I mean, the only circumstances I can really think of, like people making like waiver wire claims if they're out of the running, is if there's a place for like last place, like, or if there's a punishment for last place. Yeah. Or if there's like a third place, like you get your money back. But other than that, I don't really see too much of a point, to be honest.
So I think it's wrong. If you aren't in contention for anything on the final week, I don't think you should pick up waivers. I mean, I don't think there should be a rule against that specifically because it's almost like at a blackjack table when you're playing with other people, you don't hit on 17 or you don't hit when the dealer has a 6. Like it's etiquette that like you shouldn't do, but it's not against the rules. Like, and that's how I feel about at least that specific picking up waivers at the end. You shouldn't do it, but people are assholes and they're going to do it just to do it. David is one of those assholes that would do it just to do it. But
hey, I stayed out of waivers in Jerry World because I was playing for third place. All right, I definitely was playing John for the championship over here, and he was trying to figure out his quarterback situation, and I don't think he realized because they had just made the decision on Lamar Jackson. Huntley got named the starter, and so he was the number 1 quarterback on waivers, and I immediately went and snatched him because I don't want John to get him.
Yeah.
So I mean, playing defense like that when I'm the one playing John, I see no issue there. We talked about it all year. I do play defense on my bench where I had 3 tight ends in this league all year and I never dropped any of them. I never dropped Knox, even though he completely fell off the map, just because I'd rather waste a roster spot than give somebody a possible big week at the hardest position to get production from. So, I mean,
yeah. I mean, I will say that I have to wonder how, and I mean, this may not be beneficial for next season, but I mean, I do have to wonder how far up I draft a quarterback going forward, because I thought I did pretty darn good streaming quarterbacks this season. I mean, I had Kirk Cousins giving me a solid effort in the semifinals, Lance doing okay to good in the finals against David, even though I didn't get the win. But another thing that I wanted to point out was Justin Jefferson. And I mean, I was going back and forth on this, but I think that's probably the only regret I have in the finals, maybe not substituting him out for a guy like Berrios or Zay Jones, because both of them had better matchups than Jefferson. Plus, I'm guessing quarterback play too, because Mannion was. Yeah. I mean, he was better than his previous starts, but yeah.
No, yeah, I'll agree with you. I'll agree with you on Berrios, because Berrios is somebody that in the last couple of weeks I've been noticing he's been getting attention. But when I really started to understand about Berrios was his kick return yards. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He would, like 2 or 3 weeks ago, he had like 3 kick returns for over 150 yards, and he's getting, yards and things from that. And so Berrios, they've been using him more in the offense. This week, I mean, hey, I don't blame you for I kept Jefferson in, but I didn't have a Berrios on the bench. But Berrios, man, he's been to his credit, he's been balling if they can get him the ball. But JP, that was a good pickup, man. Yeah. Oh me, oh my. Well, yeah. But, go ahead.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, I needed a perfect lineup to beat David. I was 1 away last week against Delilah, so I mean, that's a hat tip to David. I mean, he made the right moves. A well-deserved win for him, and congrats on your chip, David.
I appreciate it, John. I do. I know this guy next to me, with that bald head, is never going to give me my due, but I am proud of this league this year. We've touched on it before. Drafting CMC ended a lot of fantasy seasons. Sid was one of those people that drafted CMC and still made it to a championship. In my mind, I think it really speaks to how well you drafted your team initially, and how well you played waivers to recover from that loss as the season went on. It's not an easy thing to lose your first round pick. So I'm very proud of this year. It was a lot of fun. You guys made this thing a wild ride all the way through. So,
amen. Yeah.
Well played, John.
Yeah, and like we said but before the show started, second place, man, I feel like that's the hardest position to overcome for the next season, because you just have so much to go down and to even make it back to the championship the next season.
Yep. You're absolutely right. Hey, I get it. What's worse, in my opinion, my humble opinion, is going 12-2 and then getting to the first round and losing. That's worse.
I mean, at least they had a bye, though. At least Delilah had a bye.
True. Well, no, yeah, this was my other league where it was like the next league we're going to talk about, where it's the 8-man tournament in the playoffs. And that first week, I was ready. I was ready to do it, but guys didn't show up. Took the L. That was my money league, so I am a little bit bitter about that. But we're going to keep.
Always hurts a little more when money's involved.
Right. It's kind of like, oh, come on, oh man. So, hey, John, I thoroughly appreciate you being on the show. I appreciate you joining the league. And we definitely need to talk about what we're going to do for next year. Are we going to? Yeah, I mean, we should definitely discuss that. Keeper league, I know, has been thrown out there. I like that idea about high score each week, because it keeps everybody involved and keeps everybody competitive all the way through. So, I mean, yeah, let's definitely discuss that for sure in the coming days, for sure.
I like it. I like it.
I can dig it. John, I appreciate you, man. It was last notice, but you came right in and you jumped right on, and you've been great all year long, man. Appreciate you, and definitely look forward to talking to you soon, man. Ladies and gentlemen, my guy John Linney will be a part of the Let's Talk Football community in different facets, talking about his Ravens, talking about football, talking about analytics. This guy knows his stuff. Okay, statistics guru, please believe it. All right, he had to check your boy. And hey, I respect that, because football, I love it. I dive into it. My man, I got nothing but respect for you, man. And I appreciate the questions and everything you've been doing for this show, man. So yes, Look forward to my
same
guy,
for
man.
same for the three of you guys.
I can dig it. Appreciate you, buddy.
All right, appreciate it. Thanks. It's been fun.
Yes, sir.
Do it all
Yes,
again
sir.
next year.
Yes, sir. Let's go. And now to the another league that matters quite a bit. Woo! Wait a minute. From 8th seed to championship. We're the chip, baby. This is it. However, it's not over yet.
To knock out the 1, the 2, and what were you, David? The 4.
Woo! Let's go.
It ain't over yet.
It's not over yet.
But
Yeah,
hey,
right.
hell of a playoff run though, Sean. Because I mean, you know, I thought I was getting a sweet matchup last week against you, and you knocked off my brother, who was the juggernaut over here after those last couple regular season performances he had, and then yeah, man, you just ran through these playoffs. You played the wire extremely well. Congratulations, sir. We'll see how this one turns out tonight.
We will see. Look, I'm still sweating. I want y'all to know I am sweating. All right, let Ash know that. What were you say, Sid?
It's always exciting when it comes down to the last game, one player, and you just got to watch it the whole time because it could change at any moment. Oh,
exactly.
Makes it so fun.
Oh, absolutely love it. And look, I know. So I got to address what you said, Dave, because look, hey, shout out. I'm so hyped, and I got to thank you guys because I have been as of late looking at maybe reviewing tape and be like, okay, this is a good pick. But I cannot lie. Luck had a lot to play in it. I beat your brother by like 0.26 points or something like that. You had an off week last week, and then Dave. I mean, if I get this team right here, I'm not even. Show might not even have gone on this week. All right.
I had a really bad week against you last week, but you absolutely went off as well. Now, I mean,
timing.
Yeah, timing matters. It does, and I mean, I was the high scorer in this league this week, riding that Jamar Chase train. So I mean, if I had gotten by you last week, I absolutely would have just dominated this matchup. Wasn't to be.
It would have been over. But look, ladies and gentlemen, I do not want. I am excited, yes, but do not get it twisted. Okay, I know very well, okay, who I'm up against. I'm up against a person that on multiple occasions has told us that she's just going to take over the daggone show. All right, she has wins over all three of us. Sid, talk. I need your help, Sid. Okay, you live in the house with her. You have the 2-7 record. But I gotta shout you out because you did get the W.
I was telling David and Ash this last night. So our very last game we played all season, I won. Yeah. So from now until next season, I can be like, what happened last time we played? What happened last time? Last time we played, I won. I'm just saying.
Exactly. Hey, so there you go.
You're reaching. You're reaching, Sid.
Simple question. Last time we met up, who took the dub?
What happened?
That's it.
Right. Hey, look, guys, I totally followed everything you've been saying. My first, second, third, and flex are all based on picks that these two gentlemen have helped me out. Lance was a big pick. Justin Jackson had been playing well the last couple weeks. He ended up getting 9.1 for me. Rojo, we know that story. Amon St. Brown he turned it around because I had 20 points going into like the 4:00 games or something like that. And then Amon St. Brown drops the 2-touchdown game, 40.4. That 49ers defense showed up. But again, I'm only up by like 12 points.
22.
And Ash.
Oh, 22. Yeah.
Ash definitely.
She can get it done.
It was funny how similar Ash's starting lineup in this league was to my starting lineup in the other championship round we just went through. We both started Dak Prescott, the OG. We both started Pittman Jr. and Dalton Schultz.
Yep. And
we both picked up Boston Scott only to leave him on the bench.
Wow. Oh, wow.
Look at her bench.
Oh. Look, I knew it was going to be something good when McLaurin, I saw him doing decent in that first game. I said, okay, she left him on the bench. All right, that's points already that she left. Gallup, he got the touchdown, but then got hurt. And it was like, okay. But when I saw Boston Scott, KJ Osborne, Jarrett Patterson, I was like, oh, snap, they're on the bench? Thank God.
I mean, Christian Kirk, he wasn't terrible. Pittman Jr., Tyreek, both putting up 10. I'm feeling for Ash. I definitely, we both decided to move off KJ Osborne as soon as Kirk was out. And he actually had a decent game. And then she's got Washington and Philadelphia running backs on the bench.
Yep.
Both over 20 points. And yeah.
And she didn't start them strictly because they're Washington.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love
exactly
it.
What happened.
The NFC East hate. I love it.
Yep. Oh, she lives and dies by it. She
Let's
drafted
get
Miles
it.
Sanders, and man, all year just hated it because I can't believe I drafted an Eagle. I'll never do it again.
Yep.
All year.
And he started blowing out late in the season.
She was the 8th seed in this league coming into the playoffs last year, and ran through, and then came up a little short in the championship round against Dalton. And I love you, Sean, but I really hope she doesn't come up just that short 2 years in a row. She was definitely a force over here in this league. She had, I think like a 7-week winning streak at one point. She was running through everybody. I'm rooting for you, Ash.
Yeah.
And not just because I destroyed your house with coasters again.
That I had to clean up today.
The Coaster Wars.
There might be, 20, 30 coasters around their house that say David loves you on them and break blue Sharpie.
There is actually.
That's a positive message, though,
Yeah. So you're not as mad as you have to pick them all up the next
right.
day.
Damn you. I love you too. Hey, like you said, A seed coming in. And this is if I would have been the 7th seed, Sid, but if I would have been the 7th seed that week, I would have lost. You know what I mean? Like, if I would have been in this matchup, I would have lost.
Yep.
The fact that I played the way I did, and then to have the week that I had a week ago, I'm happy to be in this position, but I'm not going to sit here and boast. I'm in this position, ladies and gentlemen, because like I said, I created a show and I brought 2 gurus on because I was the 8th seed and I barely made it into the playoffs. I think didn't Dalton or somebody had to score like 50, or I had to lose by 50 points or something like that.
Yeah, it was something going into the last week that you barely would have made it, and you made it, and now look at you have a.
You made it by it was like a point and a half, and the other brother would have been the 8th seed.
See that?
Hey,
yeah.
I absolutely am one of those people. I reject the you got lucky based on schedule argument, because we all get lucky based on schedule. We could go through and rearrange everybody's schedule this week or this year and basically make everybody, a 2-win team. And you play who you play, you put your best players out there, you play the wire as hard as you can, and you did. So much respect, Sean. I won't take anything away from you. It was a well-fought year.
Yes.
Because the race is not given.
Come on. Let's go.
But to he,
strong.
who listens to our waiver segment.
Let's go. That is right. That is right. Hey, proof, especially if I win, proof that the show is good, ladies and gentlemen. We know what we're talking about. We're playing this game. Well, look, they know what they're talking about. I'm hopping on the coattails, but it's all good. It's all good. Like you said, and timing plays a key factor in it. Who you play, when you play them, how injuries, COVID, that all ravaged later in the season that did not happen earlier in the season. At least it didn't have that big of an effect. So, hey, came at the right time, played well at the right time. I'm glad, but still, like we've said, 22 points, Najee Harris. Should I hold up? I am sweating. Sid, your boy. Do I need to worry, or can I pop some champagne?
Let's go look at here. We're gonna look at something real quick. We're gonna see Najee's numbers for the year.
Okay.
And see how many times he's gone over 22 points. Just give us a little inkling. We'll start with last time we played Cleveland.
Yeah.
He scored 21.
Oh.
That would be fun.
Oh.
So over 22. He's done it once, twice, 3 times, 4 times. He's done it 5 times this year. So it's not something that's like crazy out there. He has done it 5 times already.
Where
like I said,
where are they playing at? Where
We're playing in Pittsburgh.
Five times in 16 weeks.
Gentlemen, I gotta go.
Chance.
I'm gonna drive to Pittsburgh right now. I gotta take care of some business. All right.
Calm down, Tanya Harding.
Right? Get the knee. Let's go. Yo, hey, look, we've been talking about this guy all year. You know, shout out to Delilah who drafted him, and she's been riding him all year long, riding, you know, his ability all year long. This guy, like I said, Freiermuth has been one guy we've been talking about, and this guy has been somebody we've been talking about that can play the game. He is definitely a bright spot, and this is Ben's potential last game at Heinz, right?
Exactly. Yep. So I think that helps you because as David recalls, me and David sat at a bar and watched Kobe's last game. R.I.P. Kobe. But they just let him rip it the whole game. He had like 55 shots. So if they do that and let Ben just rip it, Najee isn't going to run the ball as much.
Let's go.
And hopefully that tilts in your favor.
I need that. Let's go.
That was a great night. I'm a little off topic, but Sid, my brother, and I all sat at bar top and watched Kobe's final game on one screen, and right next to it, we watched the Golden State Warriors break the regular season wins record.
Yeah, they won their 73rd game.
Ooh,
I mean,
nice.
you know, guys, we are all very avid sports fans. And being able to watch history, we've seen so much history, you know, this season, last season, Tom Brady, Peyton Manning, Drew Brees, have given us so much history that we were able to win this. And this stuff's fun, man. It really is. It is. I am very excited to watch Ben tonight. You know, it's moments like this. You know, Drew Brees' final game last year brought grown men to tears watching him walk out of that stadium with that one final look back.
That might be me tonight, guys. I'm telling you, it's gonna be tough.
I expect Ben to come out firing, just green light. So. Mike Tomlin, I hope he gives him that green light. Go do what you've always done for us. And if they can get up big, then I'd be scared, Sean, because then Najee's going to take over.
Exactly.
But either way, it should be a really exciting game. And possible end of an era for Sid. I mean, how many quarterbacks have they had during your lifetime, Sid?
I can only remember 3. Ben was drafted when I was 13 years old.
Oof.
So he's been my guy. Like I don't have another guy. Like, so that's why it's going to be rough, man. It's going to be.
Listen, I wouldn't wish our quarterback situation on anybody.
Yeah.
So hopefully you guys can get somebody, because you don't want to come down this road.
I agree. So it's great because we're playing the Browns. It's so much poetic justice into it.
Yes.
The Browns drafted Kellen Winslow Jr. ahead of Ben Roethlisberger in that draft. They have drafted 28 quarterbacks since then. And we've had our guy the whole time. So, like, the quintessential opposite of what exactly we've had, we're playing. And it's just, oh, man. Ben owns the Browns. He's never lost to the Browns at home. He's like 14-0 on Monday night. Oh, man, they're just – and
the stars are aligning.
I'm telling you.
The stars are aligning for
and
one
like I
last
said, like I said last week, if you guys remember, my bet of the week last week when I gave it to you was Steelers money line because it was plus 140 at the time because they were the underdogs.
Yeah.
It's switched all the way to now they're the favorites by 2.5 points. So if you bet it back then, you're sitting on great odds. But it was just the stars were too aligned to not like think about that. I mean, so much goes into it that if Ben doesn't have a good day, it's going to be rough. If Ben has a great day and I have to watch him walk off and do his sign to the fans, that'll be rough. It's going to be rough either way. It's going to be a long night.
Yeah, I can imagine.
I left one of my beers in the fridge yesterday. Said you can shed your sorrows with it later tonight. Okay?
Right. Yes. Hey man, shout out to Big Ben. Shout out to him, the Hall of Fame career, got the 2 Super Bowls. Like he's a monster. I'm hoping that if there's any rushing touchdown scores, he gets his slow butt in the end zone himself. All right. Or throws one of those little screen passes to one of his guys. Najee, you know what? I'm not going to make light of the situation in Tampa, but if you want to take your pads off halfway through, I'm not opposed to that. I'm just saying, I can't
do that to me, Sean. Najee's my new guy. Ben is now gone. I need my new guy, Najee, for a long time.
Look, if anybody does that, we know who's going to do that. It's going to be Claypool.
I was gonna say. I mean, what a way to honor AB, who really, who really, lit the way for these young Pittsburgh receivers. Than for the entire receiving corps to strip their pads and walk off.
Oh, Juju, AB, Claypool.
Y'all find them crazies. It's
ridiculous.
It's interesting.
You guys remember Martavius Bryant?
No. What happened? Did he quit because of pot? Did he?
He got suspended like 70. He was like Josh Gordon. He kept getting suspended. We had another one early in Ben's career, Plexico Burress. Shot himself in the leg in New York.
Bob, Mr.
We dropped some good ones.
Oh, man.
Yep. I can't wait to hate whatever wide receiver you guys draft next.
Just going to hate him automatically.
But pick them up in fantasy because they're usually always worth it.
Right. They get the points.
That's fair.
Let's get it. So, you see what it is. I will be tuned in. Sid, as you know, will be tuned in. I'm sure David will. Ash will. This is going to be a great game. And honestly, again, another year. Oh, shoot, I got to charge my phone. Another year. I want to say that I appreciate you guys this year more so than last year. The first year I got in with you guys was last year, but this year I actually got in. We all got to talk. Sid, you and I got to, get a little closer in this. Got to hang out with Ash, Dave. You already know where you and I are, man. So I really enjoyed being in this league. I did, because part of it is I didn't know many people. This is, your family league and this and that, but it was still y'all welcomed me. You brought me in, and I have no problem if I have to hold that crown. Okay, if I gotta, but I'm not. Hey, last time I said Last time I said we want something, they scored 56 on me. So I got to go off with that. I'm not talking anymore about this game. Let's get it. Yo, so we have got to move on, ladies and gentlemen. And the first thing we are going to do, where did I put my mouse? Oh, there it is. The first thing we're going to do is go back. Hey, every week we talk about waiver wires. We talk about things that, who to pick up, who not to pick up. I definitely benefited from this section of the show. So I'm gonna go give it to Dave right here, or both you guys, with the last week's waiver wire picks report card.
So I know that Sid and I both had the OG over in Jacksonville. He got lucky with that late touchdown because he wasn't doing much before that. But if you were desperate enough to start an unproven guy off of waivers in the championship round, he did enough for me. Hope he did enough for you. But that was one of them. Trey Lance was also pretty high on our list, and he definitely came through. I think that kid's gonna have a very bright future over there in San Fran. Who else do we have, Sid?
I had Boston Scott on mine. And then I had a bunch of misses, unfortunately, because I had Derek Moore, who was only good for about 7. I had Keyshawn Vaughn, who's same, good for about 7, I think. And then I was trying to do
Rashad Penny was I actually have
Rashad
last
Penny
week.
was mine.
I have
Yeah,
last week's sheet right here. I didn't even
There you
realize it. Rashad Penny absolutely went off.
yes.
We talked about Boston Scott and Miles Sanders. I'm sorry, with Miles Sanders out. KJ Osborne, because Thielen, if Thielen couldn't go, and then Thielen went on IR, but then they lost Kirk Cousins. He didn't do too bad, though. He still put up 14 points. Josh Palmer, not sure how he did.
He was good
but
for
with
like 2.
Okay. Elijah Moore
Didn't play.
was slated to play, but then he didn't end up playing, right?
Yeah.
Correct.
And then Justin Fields, I also mentioned,
Didn't play.
and he was ruled out like Saturday, I believe, right? Or was it on Sunday morning?
I think about this Sunday morning, actually.
Okay.
Yeah, it was early. So.
So
Yeah, the
some
Josh
good
Palmer
and
one,
some
though.
bad in there.
The Josh Palmer one.
And I'm sorry. One last time, Ash and I will take our victory lap. Because I do believe that a certain Washington running back did not play this week. And Monty put up over 20. So Monty definitely took the point total. And he won more weeks. Ash and I, which is why we've joined forces behind the scenes. She is obviously the more proven fantasy mind in the Swinton household. So I will be.
What happened the last time we played, though? What happened the last time me and Ash played, though?
Let him know. Let him know.
You hold on to that, buddy. You just grab hold. You hold it tight. You never let it go. Okay.
Oh, if you don't think that's being brought up every time.
Every time.
Well, since she couldn't be here to put any of us in our place as normal, I've taken up that mantle today, and I just want to remind Sean what's going to happen if he wins this match.
Oh, if I win this match, it's over.
If you win this match, Ash is just going to remind you.
Oh, I know.
56-14.
Oh, God.
He's so rude. He's so rude for that.
Why do you do this to me? You know what, Dave? You know what, man? You
Bye.
know what? I'm not doing this. Welcome to Let's Talk Fantasy Football. I'm Sean Spencer. This is Sydney Swinton.
This guy.
Oh, see, there you go again. I try to help you, man, but you keep doing this. Ladies and gentlemen, we have technical difficulties. Be whatever y'all want to be. Daggone it. Yo, so hey.
One
last
thing for me. I do want to thank the both of you. This has been so much fun this year. Getting in on this show with you guys and the time we get to spend. I was able to get Sundays off for like the second half of the year, and I've been able to go over and see Sid and Ash. But this thing we do has been so much fun. My life has been blessed with all you guys that watch us. All the people that I've never spoken to, but you guys jump in and you ask us questions on various platforms wherever the show's being streamed. Thank you so much, because that interaction, you guys jumping in and asking us line-up questions, has been my favorite part of this show. The interaction that we've had with all you guys and the opportunity to share what we know, and hopefully we help some of you guys. But I've been absolutely blessed to have spent this year next to the two of you knuckle draggers, and I appreciate the hell out of both of you.
Oh yeah, it's mutual, man. Definitely
it's mutual. Absolutely.
Yeah, especially if I win tonight, then it's definitely mutual. Yo, so we have to move on. We do have a couple questions, but do you have a report card for the questions for last week?
I do not.
Okay.
I am sorry, folks. We did come on a little early today. I didn't have a chance to go through the questions from last week. I am very eager to talk to Nathan and see how his went. He's had a lot of questions over the last couple of weeks. I know he was playing for third place, but he kept playing throughout the full year. So it's his first year in fantasy. Third place is not bad.
Yeah.
And he spent a
from
lot
an
of
0-3
time.
start. He started 0-3 and then came back and about almost. He won the first week, but it was since it was only 4 teams in the playoff. Yeah, it was a 2-week thing. He lost the second week. So shout out to him. But he's definitely here in the comments asking questions. What did he say? He's talking about I need some running back options now that Ronald Jones is out.
Oh yeah, he's going into next week. That's right.
Oh, you guys are playing next week in that one?
Yeah. So he's in the third place matchup. He has the one this week, and then he has another one coming to this week. So
I know that he was trying to decide between a bunch of running backs this week. He had Damian Harris, Cordero Patterson, Singletary, and one other I can't quite remember.
He had Ronald Jones.
Was Ronald Jones the fourth?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, I would look to Nathan. I like Le'Veon Bell from the Bucks as an option. I'm also in a league that I'm in the championship for. That's 2 weeks, so I'm playing next week. So Nathan, definitely hit me up. I'm going to be scouring the waiver wires tomorrow to kind of see what I'm doing because this is the only thing I don't like about those leagues is next week. Not all teams are going to be playing everybody. Like the Cowboys, win or lose, are the 4 seed. So Dak's not going to play the whole game if he plays at all. Zeke's not going to play the whole game if he plays at all. Same with Amari, CeeDee, Schultz, almost everybody on that lineup. The Packers have clinched the 1 seed. They're not going to play any of their guys. So this is the only thing I don't like about that when it goes to that last week is this. So I will definitely be in it because I'm like I said, in a league that I'm in the championship for, and I'm playing next week, and I need to win. Only good thing is the other guy has Aaron Rodgers and Devontae Adams, so hopefully that can give me the boost to win it.
Fantasy commissioners out there, please stop scheduling your playoffs like this. I did it. No, but first year I ran the Jury World League, I ran it like that. And for people who are competitive all year and drafted well, generally those players are playing for really good teams. And playing in the final week of the year is a penalty to people who really did well and played well and drafted well, hit waivers. Like it's definitely a disadvantage to a lot of great teams out there in your fantasy leagues. I hate that format.
Yeah, I liked ours. The one we had were 1 through 8 seeds, and it's just a straight right down. I loved that. I thought that was good because it's each week. It's like, all right, good, I got this. All right, good, and it's 1 week. That's it. You know what I mean?
I don't know why ESPN does this, but those playoff settings are the default setting when you go in and create a league, which is why the first year of Jury World, that was just the default setting. It was my first year as commissioner. I didn't really go. I didn't know that I needed to go through and look at all that stuff. ESPN, please change that. It's a terrible format, especially for new leagues. The commissioner might not know that that's the default setting that you guys put in. Change it.
Yeah, but yeah, Nathan, I like Le'Veon Bell for sure. He's the only one that I've already thought about in my mind that I'm going to go after. But I'm going to dive into it a little bit more tomorrow morning and figure out who needs to be picked up because I got to go through and look at who's playing and who's not playing and then kind of go from there. Because now not only are the Packers not starting their guys, now I got to look at whoever the Packers are playing, whoever the Cowboys are playing and pick up their guys because their defenses aren't going to be starting their studs either. So their backup guys are going to go. So it's like, there's a lot. I haven't looked into it yet, but I definitely will. Nathan, you hit me up before. Just hit me up. I'll definitely answer any questions you got and give you what I got.
I like that. Another question. Adam Guzman says, hey guys, I'm down 16.30 because of Chase. All I have is Chubb left. What are my chances?
All right, as a Steelers fan, as you can see here, you have great chances because our run defense is trash. So I like your chances, honestly. I think so. Although normally I do like your chances. The only reason I would be hesitant to say you're for sure it's a lock is because as of today, there's been a lot of stuff coming out that the Browns might not be playing the whole game. They're all their starters because they've been eliminated from the playoffs as well. They have nothing to play for. They're going to obviously try and beat the Steelers as a rival. They don't want to just lose to us, but they're no longer playing for anything. So they're not going to be as determined. They signed 4 guys up from the practice squad today, which usually means that they're going to be pulling starters, or if it's a blowout early, they're going to be pulling starters. And that's the only reason I would be hesitant. But he's got such a great matchup. I do like him getting at least 16.
I completely agree with Sid. Divisional games, especially in that division, are some of the most hard-fought games you can find in the NFL. I think Cleveland definitely tries to come out and ruin Big Ben's final tilt.
Willer.
As like Sid said, for that first half, they're a running team, and good luck to you, sir. Good luck to you.
Yeah.
For the record, I have Chubb in a championship game going against Najee and Deontay, so I'm right there with you, hoping he does something.
And one more. We have one more last question, and it is from our resident guy, Mr. Nathan Snell, saying, and a QB. I don't trust Hurts against Dallas. What about Tannehill? But now, to your point, Sid, we don't know, since Dallas already has the 4 seed. Philly's the one that needs to win, so Hurts could fall out.
I would trust Hurts because Dallas doesn't have anything to play for. Philly does. Dallas isn't going to try and do anything.
If you think that keeping Philly out of the postseason is not something for us to play for,
Philly clinched. Philly's in.
They clinched.
Yes.
Really? So they're just playing for seeding now. They're just playing for seeding.
They're playing for seeding. Trying to avoid playing.
I'm not gonna lie, folks. When Dallas lost yesterday, something died inside of me, and I have not looked at standings or anything since that game ended.
Phillies.
If they're just playing for seeding, okay.
So they're gonna try and win because that matters.
It's still. This is very similar to Cleveland, Pittsburgh. I mean, we have some very heated rivalries in the NFC East, no matter who's good or who's in the basement. I can definitely see this game being hard fought, at least for the first half. And since they're playing for seeding, who else do you have, Nathan?
He said, "What about Tannehill?"
What's up?
He said, "What about Tannehill?"
And
I've never liked Tannehill from a fantasy standpoint.
But Tannehill's playing Houston.
And
they might sit him though.
They're playing for the 1 seed. They have the 1 seed currently.
Oh yeah.
So if they win, they get the 1 seed. So they're gonna be playing. So that's not a team that's just gonna be sitting, guys. They're gonna try and get that 1 seed, get a bye to get Derrick Henry back for the playoffs. So they're absolutely gonna be trying to win that game. But from a fantasy standpoint, I like Hurts more than Tannehill.
Yes.
That's
now again in this
his
league,
format. I know. I just started to think about that. I'm like, but the format you're in, I can definitely see an argument for Tannehill, strictly because Jalen Hurts' legs are going to be the same as Tannehill's arm. AJ Brown could have a great game. Are they playing in Houston? Do you know?
Let me check right now.
Because if they're in Houston, that's a dome.
Yep.
Okay.
Houston.
I might go Tannehill. Strictly based off the format that you guys play, I might go Tannehill. It's in a dome. Houston scores. Like their team, puts up points sometimes. So which means Tennessee's going to have to respond. They got a great running back, but Tannehill, AJ Brown's back. That's tough, man. Let's talk about it later. Let me think about it for a minute.
Tannehill has exactly one
in your scoring league.
20-point performance.
In your scoring league.
Yeah, in
our league, he's had 1 20-point performance. Over just to give an idea. I know the scoring's different over there. I don't know. Like I said, I'm not a huge fan of Tannehill. He's a game manager, and from a fantasy standpoint, he's a game manager on a team that was designed to run the ball. And he had a bunch of rushing touchdowns earlier in the year.
But they don't even matter, really, in that league.
Yeah.
It's the same as passing. So
I think their touchdowns are still scored the same as ours, 4 and 6, possibly. I just know that the yardage is the same rushing or passing. So,
So would it be between two? Because he also asked another question about Huntley, if maybe Huntley or Hurts.
So that's another one that if the Steelers win tonight, I'm pretty sure the Ravens are out. So although the Ravens are gonna play the Steelers are gonna have something to play for if we win tonight.
Right.
So we're gonna be trying to win that game, whereas they won't. So how hard are they going to be playing? I usually like the quarterback that's playing for something versus the quarterback that's not. Yep. And Hurts and Tannehill are going to be playing for something. Huntley might not be. Now, granted, that could change if we lose or something happens. Obviously, that this is still kind of fluid as of today. But that's the mindset I would have, at least initially. If somebody's playing for it, I like them over somebody that's not playing for anything.
You know, it's why the NFL did this. It's why we get so many divisional games in the final 4 weeks of the year to keep the game exciting. Because, I mean, Pittsburgh-Baltimore is one of the most heated rivalries in the history of the NFL. So, I mean, I cannot see Baltimore just laying down because they're not playing for anything. I think out of those three quarterbacks, Huntley's probably the most well-rounded as far as through the air and on the ground.
The thing is, Steelers shut down Ravens quarterbacks. I mean, we shut down Lamar every single time.
Rushing quarterbacks. He can throw the ball too, though.
He can throw it better than Lamar. I agree with that.
He's got a better arm. Yep. That's what I'm saying. I think he's the most balanced out of the three. Tannehill's all air. Hurts is mostly on the ground. I think Huntley's the middle ground there, which opens up more opportunities. I would lean towards Huntley, but Sid makes a very good argument for Hurts. Hurts and Tannehill actually playing for something. It does affect you psychologically when you go into a game and your team can't win. However, two of these games are absolutely heated rivals. So, you know, there's no Houston isn't going to come out and just be real fired up to go beat Tennessee. So
they might. They're in their division.
Yep.
Yeah, but Houston's Houston, and
they played tough. I don't know.
Washington is Washington, and Washington somehow did something yesterday, so it could happen.
See? Hey, I was very surprised. I was very, very surprised with how competitive Washington was in that game. And if you want to talk about rivalries, I don't know if everybody saw, but the Washington football.
Cut him off.
Nope. I don't know what he's talking about.
Yeah, exactly.
I know what kind of rivalry he's going.
My tinfoil hat's beeping. Y'all trying to assassinate Jalen Hurts with some faulty stands in your stadium.
Look. And we would have got away with it too. For those damn fans, man.
They got sewer pipes bursting and dropping poop water all over people this year, so nobody would have questioned the stands when they fell.
We got a call that those were the opposing fans. They were talking some trash, had to handle the business. All right, I can't explain why we do it, but we do it. Dan's good at certain things.
Dan's good at certain things.
He has his things, creating drama, terrible stadiums, there it is. Taking names, he does what he does.
To assassinate the other team's quarterback using his fans.
Yeah. See that? But when you think about that, smart though.
That's some shit David would think up.
Right. Yeah, I think you're just mad because you didn't come up with it, Dave.
Exactly.
It's like, damn, Dan, that was a good idea, man.
Daniel Snyder is an evil man.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is. Woo! Holy Toledo, man. Yeah, so he's saying, so we'll see. And again, Sid will be in touch with you. We'll be in touch with you in the next coming weeks. First and foremost, he said, y'all are beating Cleveland. Guarantee.
Run the Charles clip.
Let's go, right?
Let him know, Nathan.
And he also said, hey, I'll keep that in mind for fantasy. Good luck, Sid. I guarantee, I know I've talked to him. He appreciates both of you guys. He appreciates us on the show. This was his first year. I'm not going to lie. When he got to the playoffs, I was like, bruh, you mean to tell me you ain't never played before? You went 0-3, and and then all of a sudden you just been dominating the rest of the year. I'm sitting here looking at you like you got fantasy teams like bingo cards, just like this one, got it. Because what you did, honestly, and I know you said it's your first time, and I believe you. What you did, honestly, this year, Nathan, was actually pretty remarkable. Because it did not look good early, but you kept going with it, man. And shout out to you, man.
0-3 and making the playoffs when only four teams get in is pretty solid, man.
Yeah.
Congrats, Nathan. It was a well played year.
Oh yeah. So definitely shout out to you. But look, we are going to go ahead and move on to the final segment of the show, ladies and gentlemen, with Sid's bets of the week. Sid, what you got, man?
Seeing as last week's bet is still live,
Yeah.
I'm going to ride with that one. But as the Steelers money line, as Nathan just said, guaranteed. But I do have a couple more since it's the time of the game.
Wait, hold up. Let me get a pen real quick.
The question is, how many do you want? Because there's a lot.
Oh, snap. Oh, wait a minute. Let's just press record. Let's go. Just
I think the funnest one that I got is, since it's Ben's last game, we all know who Baker is. It's in Pittsburgh.
Mm-hmm.
Steelers defense to score a touchdown.
Ooh.
Bet
okay.
it.
Well,
I like that one.
I like that.
That's the one I'm going with.
I could see that. I could definitely see that happen, man. Dave, you in between?
No, staying clean this week. I did have a couple same game parlays yesterday, and they didn't work out so well. Yeah, I'll probably stay out this week. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah.
It's not over yet.
I said I didn't know Brent Keisel was going to be on the show tonight.
Hey, fear the beard.
Hey, let's go.
I don't think I got anything signed by him, actually. No, I don't. I love that man. Brett Kiesel's the man.
Fear the beard. Let's get it. Yeah, I too have been following in with the participation of these parlays. I had one yesterday that it was a Patrick Mahomes for 400 plus, and then it was Jamar Chase for 100 plus. Oh. Patrick Mahomes started off great with like 200 in the first half, and then second half totally got shut down. And Jamar Chase got 266 daggone yards. And I'm like, I didn't need 2 touchdown games or any of that stuff with him. So yeah, I was messed up yesterday. I bet on Swift. I bet on yesterday wasn't good.
It's crazy to me sometimes. I was talking to Sid about it because I had another one that I thought it was a lock. I mean, Tyreek Hill and Jamar Chase both score touchdowns. It is plus 400. And I told Sid when I got over to his place, I was like, they know something that I don't. This shouldn't be plus 400. It's like that shouldn't be even money at all. Yeah. So, and what happened? Tyreek Hill did not score a touchdown. It blows my mind the way they just know stuff. Like,
they know stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
This guy's just all of a sudden not going to have a good day. Really?
In what world is this offensive tilt between Cincinnati and KC? In what world do you get plus 400 odds for Jamar Chase and Tyreek Hill both scoring a touchdown? I thought it was just understood that they would both be scoring touchdowns. Everybody's going to be scoring touchdowns. And you look at the end score of that game, everybody did score touchdowns.
Right. Oh, another one I did? Another one I did? I think I did Gore. I think I had Gore for anytime touchdown. He had one play where it was like a 20-yard run, and it got stopped at the 1-yard line or something like that. And then they went to like Kelsey, and then they ended up passing.
Yep.
And they passed it to not Pringle. Was it Hardman?
Oh, it was
somebody else. Number 11.
Robinson, I think.
Yeah, they passed to him for the touchdown. I was like, you got to be kidding me, man. Get out of here. Yo, got to shout out my buddy and the father of our youngest member of the Let's Talk Football family, Mr. Dylan Walls. I got to shout out his father, diehard Steelers fan, Steve Walls, saying, here we go, Steelers. Here we go. Let's go. Sir. Swinging that terrible
towel.
This is yellow, so that's as far as I go. And I'm not going to go to the other side because Dave is going to talk 56. So we're going to go ahead and move on with So, I am so excited for that game. Ladies and gentlemen, we will not tonight be doing Let's Talk Football. Janae Strother has to work, so we will turn that to tomorrow, most likely about 4:30 or 5 o'clock. Definitely going to touch on these games, this playoff, and I'm glad because then we can talk about tonight's game as well. And definitely going to hit on that AB situation, all aspects, all sides of it, because I know there's a lot of people that have a lot of different opinions about it. And judgments, if you will. So that's definitely going to be something to watch for. But definitely tune in tomorrow. We will definitely be on with you. Hey, Dave, you said it best. This has been absolutely a pleasure working with the both of you guys, doing this week in and week out. And ladies and gentlemen, the thing about this show that I absolutely love, even when I'm not prepared, even when I come to it and I'm just coming in late, both of these guys are already like, look, run it. We know we're doing. Boop, boop, boop. There is a relief that comes off my shoulders when it's like, oh, I can just sit here and enjoy myself. I don't have to be sitting here. Oh, okay. Are we good? Are we, you know what I mean? So I got to shout you guys out, man. I so appreciate you guys. I talked to you guys about this over a year ago where I was like, we got to get together and do a show, some type of show. I'm glad I got you on here. Definitely want to also get you guys on other type of shows where we're just talking football because, we get caught up in the whole thing about fantasy and who to start, but we also have a lot of opinions and a lot of different good conversations on football, man. I'll definitely bring you on other shows, but I definitely want to get you guys in on something, man, because I love talking football with you, unless we're talking Dallas.
Opinions? I don't think Sid or I have strong opinions.
Opinions? No, yeah.
Me and David don't argue.
No, right?
That's not a thing.
Whole bunch of kumbaya, just best. Hey, man, season finale. I have absolutely enjoyed it. For me, your boy, Mr. Sean Spencer, Mr. The race is not given to the swift, nor the battle to the strong, but to the team that beats Ash. Hopefully I can get it done tonight. My guy that is going to watch the Swan song, no pun intended, Mr. Lynn Swan. Big Ben hopefully gets that W tonight and helps his team into the playoffs. My guy, Sidney Swinton, thank you so much, my guy. And David
Thank
Wright.
you, man.
So,
thank you for having me on. I appreciate this.
Oh, yeah. And David Wright down there. So, time for us to my God, Mr. David, how about them Cowboys? Right. My buddy, my brother. Okay. See again. This is why people get kicked off shows, man. This is why people get kicked off shows. Don't play with me, David. 56 was enough. All right. You ain't going to do another point after. Yo, man.
Well, that's what happened this week. We just didn't have any more points after the previous week to be able to beat the Cardinals. We didn't have any more points. We didn't have any more offense. We used it.
I don't know what happened.
Bye.
What just happened? I'm not understanding what's happening. Oh, snap. Oh, wait. No, not Dave. All right, there he is. All right, bet. You know what? Yes. If you only played Washington 17, 18 weeks out of the season, maybe, but no. All right? We're going to take our ninth pick, and we're going to get somebody, or we're going to trade back. I don't know. I'm not even talking about it. Look, we got to go, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, we so appreciate y'all standing with us, watching. Nathan, thank you, John Lenny, for coming on the show. Ash, I know she's working right now. Janae, Dave, Sid, you guys. Bobby was on one of the first shows that we ever did. All of you that came on and gave us your time and enjoyed and shared this experience with us, we absolutely appreciate it, man. This has absolutely been one of the most exciting and fun things that I've had to do in 2021, and I'm so glad to bring it into 2022. I'm hyped, man. I'm ready because in 2022, Washington's taking the division back. All right, time to go, guys. Hey, man.
Sid and I will be starting our mock drafts for next season probably later tonight.
Right. Exactly. Yo, actually, absolutely. You know what? I will do this. I don't want to end it necessarily on a somber note, but I do think this person needs some respect. The day before New Year's Eve, Betty White passed away, which is the last Golden Girl. I had my back when I was in Chicago, I had my little shirt made. Absolutely love it. So we're gonna go out the right way because these guys, everybody that we do it with, they're friends. So yo, thank you for being a friend. Travel down the road and back again. The heart is good. You're a pal and a confidant. Boom, boom, boom. And if you had a party and invited everyone you knew, you would see the biggest gift come from me. And the card along would say, thank you for being a friend. R.I.P. Betty White. Hey, we love you. We'll see you. Happy New Year, people. Yo, buddy.
Hello, everybody.
Hey, what's going on, guys?
I am Janae Strother.
I'm Sean Spencer.
We are back.
We are back, ladies and gentlemen.
I gotta go out and hold up.
Come on. The line. The line. New man looking so fine. Kirk Cousins. Woo!
Yeah.
All right, all right.